Hello everyone, and welcome back to Game Break, the full coverage writer's presentation where we explore the plot and story behind some of our favorite video games. Will here, returning once again to Rapture in BioShock 2. When we last left off, we had finally encountered Father Simon Wales, and after defeating him, managed to drain all the water from Dionysus Park. Now we're exploring the coral-infested caverns of what is apparently formerly Sophia Lamb's personal home and garden. What secrets shall we uncover in these waterlogged depths? Let's find out.
Dionysus Park. Lamb mocks me in the naming of this place. She knows precisely how I feel about this celebration of unconscious art. The artist reflects the world as it ought to be, not as it is damned to be by some spasm of the lower mind. I shall not censor. The park is Lamb's property. However, if the case we are building against her proves true, I will return with a sledgehammer.
Well, at least Andrew Ryan wasn't a hypocrite. He may not have liked Sophia Lamb's choice of decor, but he allowed her to have it, for as long as she had control of the property. I did notice that she seemed to be quite a fan of Sander Cohen's unique brand of art. Of course, now most of it has been worn away from being years underwater. And perhaps that's the reason why it was flooded by her followers in the first place. They didn't want Andrew Ryan to take it and ruin it.
No! Get back! She's my little girl!
We've caught up to Mark Meltzer. That was Mark Meltzer. He's still alive. Though, sounds like he just had an encounter with a big sister and no way of knowing yet if he survived it. Chances are slim, though. We barely survive encounters with big sisters, and we're a highly trained and armed big daddy. Some random father with a six-shooter looking for his daughter. I don't know how well he would fare. I guess he's just right beyond this door to find out. Oh, charming.
Well, the good news is I've located a new train car, but the station's still locked down and we're not alone in here. I see a shadow in the security booth. I'll lay low while you have a gander.
Oh, sure. Let us do all the hard work.
Oh, hello, boys. The name's Stan Poole, Rapture Tribune. Quality paper. Before the locals stopped reading and started finding other uses for it. Anyway, I'm looking to cut a deal, fellas. Come by the train station. I'm here in the booth.
So Stanley Poole is still alive. And he's the one that's got this place on lockdown. Well, looks like we'll have to deal with the conniving reporter if we want to move on from this place. But first we have to find the train station. And this somewhat creepy carousel is not helping. I'd certainly be... Ugh. I don't know. Sophia Lamb was weird. She had an interesting view and interesting tastes of the world. Straight down to this carousel right in the center of her park. Though I suppose that's really inviting for people to just come and bring their children here. This is probably the carousel where little Billy saw the yellow-eyed girl, even.
I found her. Found Cindy by this rusted carousel. But she was just standing there, staring, waiting for the music. And she doesn't even recognize me. What have they done to her? Listen to her.
The man in the moon is a girl, Mr. Bubbles.
Listen, if anyone hears this, I have to know how to cure her. No! Get back! She's my little girl!
So he was recording this just now. If we can catch up to Mark Meltzer and he's still alive, we can at least give him the good news that we know how to cure his little daughter. For the most part. A simple draining of the excess atom and she'll relatively be back to normal. Assuming we can even get her back from the big sister. And if big sis took little sis off somewhere, well, no telling where they went in this park. Lamb's Garden. Once upon a time, this may have been one of the most beautiful places in Rapture. It's amazing what a few years of being under seawater can do to it. Although, with all the coral and stuff going around, this place has its own haunting sense of beauty to it now.
Dionysus Park was my home delta, an experiment in social unity cut short by human folly. You dishonor its memory with every step.
Well,
Now that, see, Lamb knows you're here, but I'm incognito. Thing is, since you drained out the park, the little sisters are already starting to, nose around, looking for Adam, and, I can't have that.
why? Why would Stanley Poole care if the little sisters are searching for Adam? And more importantly, it seems like we've really gotten under Sophia Lamb's skin. She was definitely not happy with us being here in her Dionysus Park. It's quite humorous. She built this place to rub Andrew Ryan the wrong way, and now we're here doing the same to her. So that's how you do it. Just to be clear, the T key is how you aim down sights on the weapons in this one. Interesting choice.
Take this, Father, and hurry. Mother can't hear this, but she's looking right at me. And her face.
Oh dear. Well, I think that may confirm that Eleanor is communicating with us telepathically, perhaps with that bond that they created. Ooh, fun little toy. Grenades and a rocket launcher. Hello. Can't wait to try this puppy out. But, sounds like Sophia Lamb may be less than happy. In the beginning, she had a rather cool demeanor. She was very poised and stoic and confident. But now I think her confidence and faith is dropping. Yep, that was effective. Seems we're really digging under her skin. But that only means that we gotta hurry up and get to her before it's too late. Oh, hello up there.
Okay, so dead men tell no tales, right? Wrong. See, with Adam involved, every stiff's got a story, and Lamb knows how to read it. If that stuff makes it back to her, I'm an obituary. So, I want you to take the story of Dionysus Park and bury it. Get rid of the little sisters for me. Your way. Do that, and I'll unlock the station here. Scout's honor.
Well, I'd say he's hiding something, but he sort of took the fun out of that one. He's locked in the security booth, however, so we'll have to play along. Find those sisters.
Alright, so now we have to find and take care of the little sisters, because it's the only way Stanley Poole will let us leave and move on to the next area. It seems that in some way the little sisters' collection of Adam, I'm not quite sure exactly. Something about how Sophia Lamb can read, I guess, the memories of people through the collected Adam. And of course, if the little sisters are collecting the Adam and it gets back to Sophia Lamb, she'll be able to know what was going on down here. And as such, she'll know about Stanley Poole. And as I said in the last part, if Sophia Lamb finds out about Stanley Poole's a dead man. Well, we're gonna hunt down the little sisters anyway. So, now we just are required to. We just have to find them. And of course, take care of the big daddies that will invariably be protecting them. Leading me on again, are we? Those Houdini splicers think they're so clever and sneaky. This place actually looks like it would have been quite pleasant to visit once upon a time. Is that a suitcase up there? It is. I'm gonna have to see if I can knock that down. I'm not gonna waste a spear on it. Oh, I can do it with all guns. Aim down sights, that is. I don't think I could do that in the first BioShock. I think only the crossbow you could aim. I gotta find where that suitcase went.
Dr. Lamb's trying to take the city by sponsoring the artsy types here. Big thinkers to speak out against Ryan in their work. And all of it is right here in the park galleries. Open to the public. Lamb ain't even charging for it. And then Rapture, that's just brazen. Like some kind of naturist camp where everybody wears pulp hats and nothing else. It won't be long before Ryan's cronies can move in. And I can finally stop holding my breath.
So she was getting all the artists, like Sander Cohen, for example, to depict works that would invariably counter Andrew Ryan, and was letting just anyone come in. Ooh. Well, that was probably a waste. That was the briefcase I knocked down and didn't have anything good in it. But anyway, she was sponsoring the artists to create artworks that would denounce Andrew Ryan and then putting them up for free for anyone to see here in the park. And like I said, Grace Holloway was a singer who would sing out against Andrew Ryan. So, the fact that she wanted Grace Holloway on her side makes me wonder, did she really care about Grace, or did she just want another person on her side to help subvert the people? If that's the case, I'm all the more glad that we spared Grace's life and got her on our side.
You mistake my nature, Delta. I wish no Adam for myself. Eleanor is the dream, and she needs neither weapons nor parlor tricks.
She's pretty presumptuous. I must say about that, where she believes she knows why we're doing this, when really the only incentive that I've seen that Delta would have is to find and rescue Eleanor. Period. That's it. Overthrowing Sophia Lamb is just a means to an end to get Eleanor back. And if Sophia Lamb wasn't in the way, if Eleanor was just somewhere that we could take her, we wouldn't even be trying to stop Sophia Lamb, really. I mean, in the beginning, we did get to run into Tannenbaum, who encouraged us to stop Sophia Lamb, but Delta's primary purpose is to just rescue Eleanor. We just have to stop Lamb in the process. Oh, what a lovely couple. Oh, I'm such a homewrecker. And now we let them kill each other. Oh! These guys are tough. But not tough enough. But as I was saying, Sophia Lamb seems to be certain that we're trying to overthrow her because we believe she's a tyrant. And I still posit that she's just an obstacle in our way. I could be wrong, though. I'm sure everyone watching or who have played this game has different motives. I certainly don't believe that Sophia Lamb is right in what she's doing. Anyone on the surface probably wouldn't even care about what she's doing down here, since she's just kind of doing her own thing in the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. In her own way, she is a bit of a tyrant, though, because though she will claim that people willingly joined her side, she's given them a lot of incentive to do so, taken advantage of the system to gain this following. Perhaps not a tyrant, but a very wise leader nonetheless. And selfless or selfish, that's up to the individual to decide.
You must learn to play poker, Eleanor. Like anyone, I am flawed and have a fierce genetic bias towards competition. But each Saturday, I read the other players, and I pick a man who will benefit the most from victory. By the final hand, I ensure that he takes home my entire stake, and that of the others. I win nothing but the feeling of conquest over myself, and the wealth of my competitors is slowly reshuffled according to their need.
Suppose it says the truly skilled poker player will be able to ensure that the person they want wins, not just themselves. But it also proves what I was just saying earlier, that Sophia Lamb's just abusing the system and manipulating people into basically meeting her own ends and needs. And the really dubious part is that she was doing it without anyone ever realizing it. Nobody ever really noticed that she was manipulating and controlling them through their beliefs and emotions. And she posits that she's just giving them what they truly want. And people down here were so desperate for an answer other than Andrew Ryan that they just accepted it. Ooh, a new tonic. Hi. Hi. These guys are surprising me less and less when they jump out of nowhere. I'm starting to get used to their tricks, desensitized to them.
There she is. Little Tyke wants to be in pictures. Real cute. Now get rid of the muscle and deal with her.
Well, somebody has a bit of a thing against the little sisters and the big daddies. Stanley Poole was very aggressive there. And of course, now they want me to take out a Big Daddy in a room full of splicers. Because fighting a Big Daddy on his own isn't hard enough. We gotta throw in spider splicers and Houdini splicers too, of course.
Told you I was all man.
Sounds like those splicers are killing each other.
I never used a belt on him or shouted him or nothing. I do everything right.
And of course, some splicers are just pretending to be dead.
Mr. Bubbles, hurry.
Oh, and they're leaving the theater. This might be beneficial for me, though. If they're out of the theater and away from those crazy splicers, it might be easier to get them in a one-on-one fight. And perhaps I can lay down some traps, too. Plus, it looks like a bouncer Big Daddy. Those are probably the easiest ones to fight. Yes, go down the thin, narrow hallway. You'll definitely be easy to trap in there. There. And with the traps laid, time to start the fight. Come and get me, big boy. Oh, that at least got him down to half health. Ooh. Oh, but I forgot how much these guys can hurt. Ow. More traps next time. Oh. Ow. And he pinned me into a corner too. So close. Ow. One more hit. Got him. Okay, bye.
Are we gonna be together?
Oh, and he was an elite bouncer. No wonder he was so tough.
Smart. See? You put it to work, and all that atom ends up in you. But you're sort of a silent partner, so that's tops with me.
Yeah, figures he would be approving of me being a silent partner. And of course I'm going to adopt the little sister instead of just eliminating her outright. I need the atom. A conveniently placed harvestable splicer right next to an imposter.
Adam, Daddy. Let's get it.
It was nice of them to put one right here in the theater. Oh! Loaded with spider splicers and Houdini splicers. This is probably the most dangerous theater I've ever been to.
At last, we have our Judas. One of my own people has been feeding Ryan evidence of my activities, and now I am to be detained. As a religion, they merely monitored us, but as a commune, they would see us crucified. And yet, though he will be the last to see it, Andrew Ryan has already lost the people. Wherever I am sent, Rapture will follow.
This woman really thought herself to be an underwater second coming, didn't she? They weren't kidding when they said that she bought into her own religious story. She truly believed it. Truly believes that she's some sort of... I don't even know what exactly to call it. Sent from God, perhaps? Some might say she's crazy, others might say she's brilliant, but she certainly believes she's doing the right work. Whether she believes this is actually a religion or not, it's hard to say. I don't pretend to understand anything that was going in Sophia Lamb's mind at any point. Do appreciate all these nice little traps I can set up now before doing a harvest. These traps and this hypnotized plasmid are going to be my best friend, I hope. Jeez, they're coming from everywhere.
I'm telling the other girls that I have the best dad.
And one harvest down. One step closer to getting rid of this little sister. Without killing her, of course. I'm not gonna kill her. That's just too cruel. Little sisters don't deserve death. Only freedom.
The little sisters are getting older, which is troubling. As they reach adolescence, they become aggressive, feral. Worse, the Adam they ingest contains traces of lethal plasmids left over from the war. The splicers are becoming far more effective predators as well. Our big daddies are falling left and right. Perhaps the elder sisters could be trained to sniff out the lost Adam and reclaim it for us. Yes, from what I've seen, they certainly wouldn't have to wait for the culprit to die.
So it looks like we got the first inklings of how the big sisters came into being. They were actually little sisters that just grew up. That's more disturbing than what I feared it was, in all honesty. But it does explain a lot. They're just big little sisters. And they have plasmid powers because the Adam they drank from harvesting the angels contained plasmids, thus giving them the ability to shoot fireballs at me and jump around like monkeys. Super. But with that pleasant revelation, I'm afraid we're all out of time for today. Thanks everyone for joining me for another episode of Game Break. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to continue the conversation in the comments section below and subscribe to our channel for more great videos from us at Full Coverage Writers. And until next time, get out there, be creative, and be awesome.